Hello and welcome to Red Devils Advocate. I am Andy here with Sean, and we've got Tyrone in the
Hello.
club. What's good?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for
So,
having me.
of course. So obviously in the last pod we had a two-man pivot, and now we got like a three-man midfield. So sometimes we will
Yeah, man.
rotate
Yeah,
and
man.
switch things up. You get me? Football analogies. Give
Word.
us a thumbs up for that alone. Um,
Ah,
Tyrone, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm all right. How
That's
are you
good.
guys?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good all round. Good all round. All right.
So, if you watched or listened to the previous pod, you heard of the stories of Sean and I becoming United fans. And if you haven't, I suggest you go back and listen to them or watch them.
Uh-huh.
And Tyrone wasn't in there. So, Tyrone, would you like to tell us how you became a Man United fan?
You know what? It's plain and simple. I'm gonna be real with you. Alright. About like five, when I was five, to school, everyone supported Arsenal and Tottenham at the time,
Oh,
and
okay.
like at the time I didn't really watch football at the time. I wasn't into it. Like I didn't even know what football was because I was kicking a ball. I didn't even know it was actually called like football. I just thought it was just a random thing keeper was doing, right? Then I went home. Then I went home to my dad and I was like, "Yo, dad, what's football?" And he kind of gave me that shock face, like, "Damn, what have I done? I failed you. Like, how did I not explain football to you, basically?" So, he sat me after that. Yeah, he from that day on and from now till now, he's been letting me sit down watching football, explaining everything and all of that, all the stuff to me. And I said to him, "Oh, Dad, what team do you support?" He's like, "Arsenal." And I was like, "All right, cool." Then I went to mum and I told mum or stuff, and mum's like, "Don't do that. Don't be an Arsenal supporter, please. Don't." So I said to mum like, "Then what team do you support, mum?" And she's like, "Manchester United." And I was like, "What did I say to her, man? I can't remember." I was like, "Oh, Manchester as a team. Okay, cool." So I looked on it. My mom let me watch some Manchester United games, and I started to watch it. Slowly became a Man United fan. Then after that, I just carried on, and I carried on supporting the team until now. Not until now, but I'm continuing. Man United is still in my blood. So yeah. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's as simple as that. My mom said it. I saw it. Then I really watched the game, and I got passionate about them. And after that, I started playing football myself, starting understanding it and stuff, and watching other leagues and seeing. But Manchester United was my favorite one out of all the teams, so that's why I support them. And yeah,
Nice. That's a good story. And
yeah.
I noticed that Sean and I as well, our stories had similar elements in that we started supporting the club from a really young age,
Hmm.
and it was a parent that got us into the club.
Yeah.
So, um, I mean, you did make the right choice because
Yeah, yeah,
when
of
I,
course, man. I never regret, man. No regrets.
100%.
None at all. None
because
at all, man. None at all. None. No turning backs, no regrets on that one.
like when I was in school, it was just United or Arsenal, and like it was one of those teams. There was nothing else, nothing, no other club mattered in the world.
Yeah, I know
And
you mean.
way,
Because
yeah,
because we have to think about it. Back then, Man City was nothing. Tottenham still nothing today, but I don't want to cause any ruckus or anything. But
I mean, Tottenham are as successful as Arsenal are in the Champions League. So there's that.
hey man,
Oh,
hey man, at least Arsenal can put some silverware in their cabinet. Then Tottenham, I'm sorry, Tottenham fans, if you're watching. Sorry, I'm not trying to start beef. It's a bit true. It's a bit true, but
No, the Tottenham are
But
cool. Like they gave
I
us
understand what
Berbatov.
you mean though. It was like either Arsenal, Chelsea, or Man United when I was
Yeah,
young to support. If you support anyone else, you were kind of like a laughing stock right there.
yeah. You weren't included in conversations
Yeah,
anymore.
man. Like when they're talking, someone's like, "I support Millwall," and everyone's just looking at them like,
so
Slowly backed away.
"Nah, nah." But yeah, I
To be fair,
understand.
I didn't notice Chelsea fans until maybe 2004. I don't know if that year means
mm,
anything. But yeah, like I think they were formed in that year as well. So I think Chelsea didn't form until a bit later than City as well. So you got a few
Uh,
fans now
yeah,
lately.
but back then
But
it was nah, man.
Yeah, no, they were losing to Middlesbrough and that. So
Hey man, I'm never gonna laugh, man. All teams in Premier League are dangerous if they want to be.
Nah.
It takes it. I know, but it takes. Hey, look, it takes one match and they can mass up a big team, man. Come on, man. Like same, everyone's sleeping on Wolves. Wolves is gonna come out of nowhere one year. It's gonna hurt.
and get fifth.
Hey man,
Look, yeah, it's still better than Arsenal, isn't it?
if they take away from Arsenal, then
It's true.
because Arsenal like they want to celebrate fifth every day.
Oh, they didn't even get that. This. Oh, that's that. Anyway.
Hey, he's about to. True on that. Hey man, sorry about that.
So
Yeah.
we'll move on to current events. We've been, the old Ed Woodward Man United sort of style of signing players who we look
I
at
don't
one
like
player
it,
for about 3 months, and then we pay what we originally were told after months of haggling.
Bro, let me put my phone over there. Man United, yeah, can just sort it out, get it done, and let the guy like get used to his teammates. They could easily get this out of the way and done. But it's just like because they're big, they want to act big. Until they be like, you know what, damn, it's a bit too late for us to carry on acting big. So let's just give them the money they ask for and stuff.
Yeah.
Like honestly, man, we all know United have the resources and the money to get the stuff done there and then if they really wanted to, but they want to try and milk out all the cheapest things they can get. Be like, yeah, we don't want it. But honestly, they could get like Sancho done now, but they're gonna wait until we're halfway through the season maybe to sign this actual guy, man.
You say that, but according to the reliable source of United Stand,
Yeah.
We should be signing him within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He's not saying it's guaranteed.
I know, but I've been hearing like different sites say, "Oh, the deal is done. It's done." Then they're like, "Oh, it got delayed." I'm like, "What do you mean it got delayed? You said it's done. It's done. It should be."
Tyrone,
Huh?
what you have to understand is, even if we don't sign Sancho this season, we're going to sign Sancho this season.
I thought he was gonna be like next season. I was like,
Hold tight, Mark Goldbridge, the man, the legend.
yeah, but I understand what they're trying to do, but it's every like Bruno. Bruno was one of them, man. They took so long to sign him, and they just paid the same. I was like, just pay what they're asking for.
We paid more.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's like because we're longing it out. Dortmund's gonna be like, you know what, yeah. When it comes to like the last couple of days, they'll be like, yeah, let's add another 10 mil on it. Be like, yeah, you know what?
Because we have no choice. I don't like what our board is doing in terms of the transfer policy. I don't think anyone is. When you see teams like Bayern Munich and Chelsea, even the way they do transfers, ruthless and aggressive, and that's the way we should be moving.
I know. It's like they went in and got like what? How many players did Chelsea sign this window?
5 or 6, isn't it?
Yeah, just like that. No question.
11 already.
Yeah, Lampard knows the deal, fam. Go out, get the players you want, build up the I don't know how to call it, the bromance, the relationship between the players, so they know each other, know their stuff in it. Because come on now, we're gonna wait till the last day we get Sancho, and he doesn't even know how to play with any one of them. You just see them on FIFA or TV. How can he play with, man? He needs to understand it, Like right now, yeah, it's better that we sign what's his name? How do you pronounce his name? I can't pronounce it.
Van de Beek,
apparently. Yeah, it's good that he's here now because he can, build a relationship. But Sancho now he's gonna come in and be like, yeah, I'm used to this country, but none of these players, I don't know, none of them really.
Yeah. You made a good point there, because obviously the sooner you get a player, the more time that they have to hang out with other players, build rapport, get that chemistry, train, and get the fitness up.
Yeah.
So like Chelsea, off the top of my head, they signed Werner, they signed Ziyech, they signed Ben Chilwell, they signed Kai Havertz.
All ready to come back.
Thiago
Silva, man. That one shocked me though. That one,
that one shocked me as well. I thought he was going to retire at PSG.
Yeah, I thought it was like PSG was his last stand, bro. Like Chelsea, I wonder what they offered him, man. They must have given him a sweet though. Sweet.
Did they officially sign Sarr as well?
Oh,
I think
I
so.
didn't check up on that one.
But that's how many plays it's been. We're like, we don't know. Whereas our team, we can count on one hand, on one finger, how many plays we've signed so far. So it's a bit mad.
A bit.
So we've started the transfer season trying to sign Sancho. We still haven't signed him. The gag is we've actually gone and found someone else in a quicker amount of time, and
he was even a priority.
this is you've got to give a big assist to Van der Sar here. Manchester United have signed Donny van der Beek. Apparently that's how you say his name. So
yeah,
people who are gonna come at me for not saying Beek apparently is Bake.
Okay, understandable.
Good price, about £35 million, rising to about 40 million in add-ons, which is an absolute steal for someone of his caliber, in my opinion. When you have players like Jack Grealish going for about 80,
Harry Maguire going for the same.
Hey man,
yeah, James Maddison with a cost
free
of
Harry. Yeah, just saying. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. Big up, big up to him, man. Big up to him.
So I love that the first thing Donny van der Beek did was banter Harry Maguire on the Instagram by saying, "Bro, are you out of jail yet?"
Oh my god! You see, I like that, man. You just come and jump banter already, man. It's good. Good.
Do you think you could talk to Keane like that when he was playing? If they don't
he would.
right now,
man, that's a different time, man. Keane run that day, man. If you said one bad thing, bro, if you looked at him wrong, man, you look at you. Hey,
that was it. You weren't playing.
Let's not play, man. He'll injure you so you won't play and say, "Look."
Mate, look, if Keane was still in the team,
Pogba would have his head down.
No, but Maguire would not have gone to prison. Do you really think that he's accepting that kind of behaviour in the changing room? He doesn't care who you are. You can be Ronaldo, you can be Messi. If you're acting like that around Keane's telling you about yourself. And they don't have anyone like that anymore. Everyone's too soft.
So the situation, was he by himself with his people, or was he with the team?
He was with his girlfriend and his sister, I believe.
Okay.
And there's been like 3 or 4 different rumours from it was a group of lads to it was some Russian gangsters to it was Albanian gangsters. So he was doing something dodgy with the police. To the sister got attacked. To the sister got stabbed. To the sister got drugged. Either way, it's got something to do with his sister and him trying to bribe police. That is near enough guaranteed because it showed up in every single story.
Okay. All right. So, wait, what country was he in? On the holiday? Greece. Okay. He tried it, man. I won't lie. He tried it. He thought he was one of them mafia guys that could just bribe off the police in a country that ain't the big. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I man. Not a recession, innit?
Hey, true. Like, all right, fair enough. Yeah, if his sister got touched, and he tried to back it and stuff, but he caught up in the police thing. He should have just said that and done. I don't know why he's bribing. When does he need to bribe for? Unless he's hiding something.
That's why it's a bit funny to me because, like, why is that part of the story? And I don't think he's denied that.
That's what I mean. He probably did something to back his sister. The police grab him. And instead of just saying, "Rah, these guys were attacking my sister," he decided, so it don't get on the news, he's gonna bribe these guys. But these guys are probably the elite of their thing, because maybe they're in Greece, but the police they are really strict and stuff like that. So I guess that he tried that. They must have rushed him, as they said. Apparently he felt like he was gonna. Or was that?
Apparently they were already there.
The police was already there.
Apparently he was actually partying with undercover police when it all kicked off. And it was the undercover one. I think one of the undercover ones was the one he hit.
How?
Again, there's been so many different stories and rumors and everything.
Wait. So he was partying with them, or were they in the same areas though?
No. So one of the stories that I saw was he was partying in a club. With undercover police that he didn't know were undercover police. A guy was hitting on his sister. She told him no. He went off. He stabbed her in the arm with a metal straw.
Yeah.
Maguire stepped up. The undercover police got in the way. He got knocked as well. And then stuff kind of went a bit funny.
I see what you mean.
More
So
police got called in, and then he tried to bribe his way out of it.
so I see. Basically, try back the. Yeah, but honestly, if he comes back, he lost the armband, right? Or does he still have it?
He has to. He
It's
has
not
to have lost
confirmed,
it.
but yeah,
He's gonna have to lose it.
He's been kicked out of the England squad for the next couple of games, so he's got
Couple
to
games?
for United. He's not in the next. He's not been called up basically.
Yeah, I know, but it should be a longer ban than that. Like,
Yeah, man, because like he's an idiot for that, man. How you bribing the police, man? Just honestly, just take it and done, man. I'd rather you get arrested for something bad than you trying to bribe yourself out, making it more guilty that you knew you did something wrong.
mhm.
You would have just said, you know what, I'm gonna accept what happened to me. I accept the punishment, but all you have to know that I did it because I had to step up for my sister because she was getting attacked by guys, and I had to do as the big brother did. I would accept them, like, you know what, fair enough, cool, take your thing. You knew what you had to do to protect your sister, go on. But the fact you go and bribe them after, it's like, right, you didn't need to. You know, he didn't need to do it. He didn't need to do it, but you know, he has to take his consequences for those actions. You know,
Yeah.
so I agree with everything that's happened to him because you know him bribing and stuff. But I just think he doesn't even need to bribe him, man. He can buy the best he can buy the best lawyers on the block. He has Man United behind his back to cover him. He's not like he's a part of a little team that really can't big out the big guns, basically. But Man United would have covered him, but you know, he took matters in his own hands, and this is what happens, you know. So so it's for him and thing.
Yeah, I didn't think he need to do anything like that, like bribing police. Or one version of story says, "Oh, I can make this go away." I'm like, who does this guy think he is?
Honestly, this is what I mean, man. I know he has
some gangster. I can make this go away.
You can make this go.
You come to me the day of my daughter's wedding. I can make this go away.
Hey, man. Honestly, right now, he think he had the money. He was drunk. He was living life, and he just, you know, man. You know, he probably put on an accent and said it as well, man. You know, you can make this go away, my friend. Don't worry, you know?
Like Harry McGodfather.
Yeah. But I just think those police, like, he probably got the wrong one, man. You know, imagine if that was one of them really crooked cops, man. He would have took that and kept quiet.
Like an Arsenal supporter.
You know, he would have took it. You wouldn't even knew something happened, bro. But he just got the wrong one. But he should have done it anyway. But you know, don't know why he thinks just because he's earning that much he can be bribing law officials, bro. He couldn't do that in the UK. Don't do it in other countries. Man.
Exactly.
And then again, he's shaming the whole team and everything by doing that now, man. Now everyone's gonna have that. Oh, man, see these British people now. You know, it's just a bad.
It's a bad example.
On the plus side, though, it may lower other British players' prices.
Let's hope so.
Because of that behavior.
Yeah, I mean, if you expect that behavior from one, I mean, it's already happened previously before. I mean, not in the same vein, but
But yeah, that's true though. But his behavior just makes it like, yeah, man, it's bad. It's bad. All I know is just bad, man. He should have done that. Not everyone's gonna keep their eye on him and everyone around him now. So it's like, I just wonder what Ollie did when he found out. Whew.
Probably gave him a hug and said, "It's all right, son.
Hey, man.
Don't worry."
Bro, hey, man, if that was Ferguson, bro.
Boot to the face.
Hey, man, you put... Next year, you see Harry Maguire on the transfer list. Like, yeah, man, he's getting out of the club.
You just see him up there.
You're getting out of the club for that, man.
Any good will do. Don't care.
You know, just send him out. Get Rice in. You know, take Rice from whoever is interested. Yeah, take him. Boom.
Oh God.
We have him. Oh, cool.
I would like to think that Ollie is very protective of his players when it comes to the public and people who aren't in the club, but behind closed doors, he's ripping into them. I'd like to think so. Yeah,
but he's probably ripping into all of them.
Ollie is quite spiteful when it comes to like people who cross him because Fellaini was out there as soon as he came in. Lukaku was out there his first summer. And these are people who weren't like, respecting him.
Yeah.
I do think he's got something in him that he's not like a doormat or something.
Well,
I know.
he's the babyface assassin for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
True.
So, Van der Beek, he's been paying attention. We mentioned him like 10 minutes ago. How are we feeling about Van der Beek? We'll go with Sean first.
So, I've said to you personally that, like, obviously, I'm not denying that he's better than several players on our bench. And obviously, I understand that we need to build squad depth. I just wish, for the love of God, that we would buy a player other than a midfielder. We are literally centre midfield United right now.
I respect
like, there are other positions.
Mm-hmm.
We've spent the last 3 months trying to get a different one. It didn't work out. What have we backed into? Another midfielder. Like with our current team, you can literally field an entire 11 of centre mids.
Technically,
it's true. I don't want to laugh, but what Sean just said is completely true. So true, man.
So that's my opinion. Like, unless we start selling people, it ain't worth it.
Fair enough. Tyrone, what do you think?
Honestly, right there, I like the player. I watch him. Watch all of his little highlights and stuff. See him how he plays. He's just basically a Bruno Fernandes from Holland. But is it Holland? So it's Holland.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I appreciate him. But the same thing with Sean. I agree with Sean. Too many midfielders, unless Oli is planning to get rid of all our like bench midfielders like Pereira and stuff, or like the guys that don't really play. I will understand if they sell him off and stuff, but it's like kind of like all this time we actually need more defensive players because our defense sometimes is just a bit like all over the place sometimes. Then we need an actual striker, but then do we all agree that Rashford and Martial are enough for
They're
us?
good enough
for attacking options?
They are good enough. They just need that extra bit of support, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I think Martial and Rashford are coming into their own. They've both done great numbers last season. Martial is a unique talent. He's got the perfect blend of like intelligence and power. Rashford is really clever, especially when he doesn't have time to think. He can do a lot of really great things with a little bit of time. I think that Greenwood has come to his own as well, but we need someone else there. We need depth, as we've been talking about. It's not enough that we look to the bench and we see Dan James and Igalo.
True.
I mean,
but do you think Sancho is the support, though? Do you think Sancho is the person we need, or do you really think it's someone else that we should be focusing on in that area?
I think there's someone else.
Because
get rid of all of our bench.
Because when they say they're going after Sancho, fair enough, but it's like, don't we already have our own Sanchos basically? Like, don't we already have our fast attackers already? We just kind of need someone that can give us a bit of flair, like Liverpool has Salah, Man City has Kevin, I don't know any other teams.
Well, we have Pogba.
I know we have Pogba, but come on, man, is Pogba been popping like Kevin? He's getting better. He's feeling more.
I'm just coming. Yeah.
They're all getting more comfortable. So I'm looking forward to next season. But as I said, I agree with you, Sean, that I just feel like we need different players in different positions because midfield, we have too many options to a point we could rotate 3 matches of midfielders in different ways.
When our midfielders are getting used as wingers instead of our wingers, we have too many centre mids.
Yes, because he has that moment where he plays Matt on the right wing or something, out of nowhere,
and then Lingard on the left. Like, I'm sorry, Do
It's
we
like,
not have Greenwood, Martial, Rashford?
yeah, that's what I mean.
What?
It's like, yeah, it's just comes to a point. It's like we have too many midfielders to a point we could play some centre back if our centre backs are both injured. So it just comes to a point like we honestly don't need any more midfielders after the signing. I appreciate the signing. You know, he may, I hope he does good. You know, but honestly, too many midfield. Unless Ollie's planning to get rid of most of them or loan them out, cool. But I still feel like Pogba, Matic, Fred, Scott Tomini is this is good enough.
Fernandez.
I love Mata, don't worry, man. I still love Mata. He's still in my heart. You know, he can still stay on the bench for me.
No, man, that's a lot of P's for staying on the bench.
Hey, man, come on. When Mata, look, come on. Let's be real, man. When Mata needs to do that pass, he does it. You know, better than most of our midfielders sometimes. You know, he finds some them cheeky passes. That's why I appreciate him there. But the
Yeah.
rest of them are a bit kind of like all over the place right now. Because Jesse Lingard used to be a little fire, but I don't know what happened to him, man. Maybe it's the playing time and stuff.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's getting too much playing time.
What do you mean? Like, what this season? He barely did like the restart. Like he barely came on. Like he barely came on due to like the Corona restart. Like it was all Bruno and.
If that don't say what I needed to say.
Well, honestly, I feel like he needs to sell some of the midfielders to at least try go for a big someone to help the front or the back, in my opinion. But midfield, we're basically solid. Let Pogba and Bruno and them guys figure themselves out a bit because they're still a bit. They're there, but they need a bit more time together to do some stuff.
They definitely need more time. If you look at our last couple of performances,
yeah, man. The whole
like how we fielding a full team and losing to the likes of Chelsea and Seville.
Come on, man.
How you pronounce it?
As much that Chelsea loss was a bit. Man. I don't blame De Gea for that. Honestly, I blame someone else.
Mate, I entirely blame De Gea.
You don't blame De Gea for what? You don't.
Honestly, like, the whole build up to that, it started from Lindelof. Because as Lindelof, you should know not to trust De Gea, bro. Because sometimes you mess up. Like, you need to understand, yeah.
No.
When I was playing football, right, if I know my keeper, if my keeper has suspect moments, you don't trust him anytime.
I'm not having that.
It's Lindelof's fault because the gear is shit.
He didn't. Come on, we didn't trust him. Why did he?
Nah, I'm not having that. You're not trusting the keeper because the defender trusted the keeper.
Yeah, hey, I like Lindelof, but at that time he should have known the hair suspect, fam. Don't trust him with anything. Come on, man. He's been playing with De Gea for too much to know that sometimes, De Gea can mess up, and you just can look back at him and be like, hey, I hope you're doing your job, I hope you're keeping your eyes on the ball.
Oh, Jesus.
But but De Gea is another one, man. We should talk about that one. Troubled you.
So I think when it comes to Van der Beek, for me, I'm really happy about the signing. I think it's a needed signing, in my opinion, because although we have a lot of midfielders, a lot of them are dead. Pogba is a starter. Fernandez is a starter. Matic is a starter. Van der Beek will probably be on the bench. I think he's going to be on the bench until we get someone injured or maybe a poor performance or suspension or something, true. And then you get to see him or you play him in the FA Cup games or something like that. I don't think every signing we make needs to walk into the first 11, and
true.
That is what helps breed this competition. So we are playing the best 11 because Oli has discovered his first 11, and it's something that we didn't really see with Van Gaal or Jose. But when Oli looked to the bench, the drop-off was just mad. Like, we saw it in some of the FA Cup games. We were being troubled by, I don't even know what league they're in. But, where Swindon and them man are swimming in. Them teams there could put pressure on us if we have a midfield of, like, Pereira and So I think it's a good move. I do agree with you two though that we do need to move out some deadwood. I would like to see Ollie move out Pereira. I
Mhm.
would like to see Ollie move out either Fred or McTominay. I would like to see Lingard get the hell out of my club. Uh, fam, I can't tell if
Ah,
he's born in 92 or 82, but that guy is finished.
yeah,
I
man.
I
If
Matters one I'm torn on because like he does have moments where he's like, what a stroke of genius, and no one else on our bench could do that. But
mhm.
there are that's one moment in how many minutes of play, and he can't
The thing is,
he
he
can't
can
play.
only play one half. He
Yeah,
can't.
Mm.
that's the thing about Matic. He's a one-half man now because his
Yeah.
stamina's going down.
And to be fair, like even the halves that he does play, normally he doesn't even play the full half.
Yeah,
But now he has the little 15-minute break now, isn't it? So he's a little bit blessed. He's a little bit blessed, man. I think that 15 minutes is actually a game changer, on a real talk. That
I,
can
put that
give a
man
man a little break.
put that man in a retirement home.
yeah, the
Man.
there's no denying that he did bits for us. Yeah, he's too old now.
True.
Like a guy like that shouldn't be competing for even bench space. Like
I heard that.
we should have a good squad depth. Our youth players should be competing with him.
Mm. I heard that. That's true.
I
And
agree.
for 150 to 200k a week, it's like, nah, you can sell that real quick.
I know, trust me, man. Any American team would have picked up Matic right now, man.
Matter can go to MLS. I give him my
Yeah,
blessing. Um,
Yeah, man.
I It's really ironic that the Glazers are always trying to scrimp and save, but they spend the most money on wages. Luke Shaw's on what 170 a week. Why? Rashford's on like
Hey,
250 a week. Why? Matter is on like 170 a week. Why? De Gea is on
I pick
350
up.
a week. Why?
Hey,
Sanchez is
man.
on 350 a week. Come on, man.
Hey,
Do
man.
you remember when the whole kerfuffle of Rooney wanting to get 250 a week and the
Yeah.
Coke deal?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and now base players that are never going to be on his level are getting the same or more than him. Like, it's actually mental.
Yeah.
man.
Like Rooney threatened to leave the club once or twice to get that kind of money. So,
Yeah,
um,
but really deserved the money.
Yeah,
Well, as much as people probably won't agree with me, really,
up until 2010.
yeah,
After 2010, he didn't deserve anything.
yeah, but it's kind of like really knew his time was coming, man. You see, man, dropped down into midfield, then he started doing better again out of nowhere. It was kind of like, hey, what? It was that like he was tearing up America that bad, man. Like Southgate was like, "Raw, should I bring him out of retirement for 2 more games?" Man, but
yeah, he was
understand
in
me
a
like,
weird.
just like,
That's what grannies do to you.
yeah, man. The whole thing right now, defense. We're like, it's just all, I don't know, man. Sure, it's just a bit. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened to him. I don't know what happened to him, man.
You
No,
got
Wan-Bissaka's my boy, man. He's been Saka.
he's been good. I really liked him until the post lockdown games, and he's not been doing it for me.
Well,
He's still the starter for me, but like the quality dropped, and I don't think it's his fault. It is, but I think the months that we had away really harmed him because
yeah.
a lot of people were making fun of his crossing ability and his ability to get forward. But towards the later games, just before Tottenham, he was doing crosses. He got a couple of assists. I remember he gave Martial a sweet cross, and then he just headed it home. So he
Yeah.
was getting better going forward. He was doing step overs, messing up people
Yeah.
like Julian. So it's just the way it goes, I think, because
Yeah.
no one could predict COVID was gonna do
Mm-hmm.
this much damage.
Yeah. Because we all thought we were gonna stay here for 3 months or something and relax a bit.
Yeah,
No, it turned into like half the year. Yeah, but
exactly.
understand about was things crossing. Yeah. I know it's a bit. He's not the Valencia crosses we used to get back in the days. He just slap
Mm,
it in and someone finds their head to it. It's not like he was accurate sometimes.
mm.
Someone always managed to get that firm head on it. But I understand with the crossing and stuff. But it was like I don't expect him to attack all the time on his side to really. I know he's fast and all, but he still don't have like we call it, the Danny Alves attacks,
Mhm.
where you could just rip a man with the winger and just go past and just sink it in nicely for any of our strikers. Then again, strikers, some of them don't have height really to jump. They're not like
That's true.
Ronaldo jumpers. They're not like Ronaldo that can jump how many feet up in the air no matter what. Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, us like what Rashford and Martial, they kind of like ball to feet guys, and they
Yeah.
can run with the ball. You don't really have any like real pouchers, you could say, that could like just take a ball, touch it, boom, like like Giroud did to us, man. I just knew he was gonna do something.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you right there. Let's not disrespect us by mentioning that name.
I'm sorry, man. It's just like like Giroud.
No,
I
no, no,
don't
no,
know why, but
no.
he finds a way to do something. No matter how much criticism he gets, he always finds a way to be like, shut up.
Look, yeah,
Take
the
it.
man didn't have a single shot on target during the entire World Cup.
Yeah, that's
Don't-
what I
don't
mean.
His name.
How? Look, France won World Cup without a striker. I don't believe it. But you remember, look. Let me be real, yeah. Let me be real with you, yeah. It was either him,
And Griezmann. And
yeah.
Griezmann.
Look, yeah. Imagine if Benzema was still there. Benzema would have done the same. He would have touched the ball once, bro. He would have been there looking nice up front, be like, yeah, man, I'm the attacking option. Like, look, pose. Drew was just there taking selfies while his man then was just popping in goals. Like, yeah, World Cup, G. Look at me. Yeah, man, but we don't actually have a poucher, like a
Mhm.
good one, like can do aerial. But the rest, Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood, they've been doing their bits. It's just that we don't have a different style of getting goals. And
But,
the whole Harry Maguire always missing the headers.
Um,
It's like he gets to it, but not on target. It's like,
yeah.
mm,
We paid 80 million for him to head balls away from the goal.
and you can't do that.
and it hurts. It hurts me. He gets to every ball, but the target is just.
He doesn't know where the target is for some reason.
Yeah, like he gets to. It's like, yeah, you think finally is this the time he's gonna get one in and get the confidence? Nope. Either goes wide, goes over, goes back to the corner flag. I don't know where it goes, man. Goes back.
Rosed.
um. So I know we talked about it a bit earlier, but we're still working on that deal with Sancho. So I'm gonna try and give what I understand from this transfer saga. As far as I understand, we're not including the guy from United Stand. As far as I understand, the deal was in principle agreed between United, Dortmund, and Sancho.
Mm.
But apparently one of the Glaziers was like, "No, that's too much money. Can't do it." And we've been in like purgatory ever since. The deal is still supposedly, one step away, one signature away from being done. Sancho wants to come to United. United wants Sancho. Dortmund understand that Sancho wants to leave. No other club can really afford him or want him. Do you think Sancho is the right guy for the right wing? We'll go with Tyrone first this time.
The only reason why I would say no is because I want Greenwood to get more time.
Okay.
Because I feel like once Sancho comes, once he gets into his mojo, once he gets into his mojo, he's just gonna take up that space, and then Greenwood won't even get any time to develop. Because I kind of want us to develop our youth players, because there's some of our youth players actually good down there, So I hope they come up and get their time. But I agree with it. I don't mind him on the right wing because we kind of do need a winger, so Rashford can actually be like, what, I can play center if Martial ain't. He can actually fight for that center role. Because how we trying to kind of play Rashford left. So so somehow we can get Greenwood on that side too, and then put Sancho on the other side. Then we can like play around with Martial and Rashford in the middle to see how they go. Bruno behind them, Pogba behind them, and the rest can. Let's hope that it get better. But I agree for us going for Sancho. I just hope it can just be done by tomorrow, man. I wake up tomorrow morning, look at my phone, done deal. He signed, he did the medicals, cleared. While I was
That would be
sleeping or
nice.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I agree with it. I just think it's taken too long because we should get this out the way, done, and we go for centre backs or defensive like choices, because right now our defensive choices are a bit risky, you know, because we still have Phil Jones in our defensive picks, right?
He's injured, but yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to put him on the same pedestal as Giroud. Let's not talk about these men.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, look. Yeah, if Harry Maguire got injured, we got Bally. I like Bally. I don't mind him. Sometimes he can be a bit, you know,
Man
suspect.
made it pass.
I
Hey.
like Rai, but he's a bit of a donut.
Yeah, he's a donor. I think he can do the tackles and stuff, but I don't think he's like thinking up there. You know, he's busy dancing in his head
Autopilot.
sometimes.
He is on autopilot all of the time.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if Harry Maguire can control him and let him focus, he can do it. But then like Harry Maguire's another bad one now. So
Yeah.
right now our defensive option is just we don't have a big man in the back line, like a big mature lad. Like someone be like, yo, like you know, like Keane, yeah, as you lot were saying, someone like him to be like, when a you try to act up, you just slap his head and they'll behave. Listen, fix up. Right now, this whole team, honestly, Harry Maguire was supposed to be that guy, but he look like he's a bad breed now.
Yeah.
But we needed that someone like, what you could say, like Chiellini or Buffon in mentality to come and be like, yo, relax, behave yourself. Don't come training late. Make sure you're here 10 minutes before training. Make sure you're outside doing training before the guys come out to see your training. So, you know, like we don't actually have that mentality in our team. They're mature, some of them. I give them that. But no one's there to be like the firm, discipline, the guy that basically goes to sleep 9 o'clock type of guy in their team. You know, but
Though I did see an interview with Ollie saying that like football players of today aren't built the same way that they used to be. They are a lot more sensitive. So the snowflake generation has literally corrupted football as well.
Yeah, sure, but come on, you still need that guy that can be like keep the discipline. No matter what generation it is, we need someone that can discipline them.
Because Ollie said, obviously, like he still has to try and keep a firm hand, and players have to understand that they can't be doing silliness and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they need a lot more coddling than they used to.
True. I understand what he's saying.
And he said that, like, if any of them were face to face with the hairdryer, I'm sure you'll know that term, yeah?
We all know. We all know what you mean.
The player would leave. And he openly admitted that about his own players. Like they wouldn't be able to handle it.
I know, because if you upset Paul Pogba, he's gonna be like, you know what, Bunny, I'm done. Bye.
It's true because the game is different. Luke Shaw would probably cry. Paul Pogba would be out there the next day.
Yeah, like I know him. He like slight pressure on them. Then they'll be like, you know, I don't like this club anymore. I'm gonna go to a club that will let me do what I want. Look, that's why Messi wants to cut Barcelona, man. His power ain't doing it no more. It's like,
Arsenal this season, yeah.
Well, yeah. Then again, man, it's just like I understand what he means about the players are sensitive are there, but I still need someone that could like still guide these guys and show them you should be disciplined for this. Because right now, Keane's been cussing them from day one. Why are you not celebrating that you made the relegation? Like Keane is like the guy. We don't need someone that harsh, but we need someone to be like, rah, bro, how are you not celebrating a relegation battle, bro? You shouldn't be. You should be kind of be like, rah, bro, how do we do that bad to be? They celebrate like they won a cup or stuff. They're a bit suspect, you know.
I think Ollie's done something really well in that he's obviously acknowledged that the players can't handle the way he was treated when he was coming up through the ranks, and he's adjusted. I think this is why Jose didn't succeed at United, because he was still of that old school mentality, and like he was a tough man to work with. You know, coming from all the players and everyone, and like no one wanted to work with him and stuff. But he knew, so you know, you had to be tough with the players, otherwise they run riot. You know, people buying limos and Lexus and that. It's just Jose couldn't change with the times because the players are a lot more sensitive now, and Ollie is a lot more privy. So some players do the arm around the shoulder. I mean, he'll still tell them, "I can't give you the game time you need. You're not a starter for me." But he knows how to say it without burning bridges.
I know him really nice. Stuff. So he's still trying to say you're part of the team.
Yeah, it's good man management. Like with who was it? Some player that we saw over the summer, maybe Darmian or something. He was like, you're a good guy, but you're not part of my plans. And
Mhm.
even that could be so harsh to a football player who's
Yeah,
been
that
told
can.
their whole
Yeah.
their whole life, being told they're the best thing since sliced bread. Playing for the biggest club in the world and stuff. And this is the thing, Ollie. I think Ollie knows how to balance the line between tough and fair very well.
Mhm.
I feel like he needs to be a bit more strict though.
Yeah, I do. He do. But I'm happy that he made Martial get his confidence back up because I do see him. He's a lot more happier than before. Before this guy used to come on the pitch vex. Now he's smiling that he's getting goals. Now he's rubbing his teeth, screening his teeth, everything coming out of the pitch smiling and hungry. Like even am I right? Did he not tell Ollie one time he's gonna come on and get him a goal? Type of mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
I think it's one of the last games. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's gonna come in and get Ollie a goal. Like before, we never heard that. But yeah, Ollie has done like really good with man management to the point that everyone's happy there and everyone's getting more. Like it was a bit dull. Don't get me wrong. Like throughout the club, you could see some people were a bit not happy with the place. We heard like old players like Rooney saying, "Yeah, when Thing was there, none of them were really happy and stuff and all of that." But now Ollie is coming. He's a old Man United. He knows how it was going down. I guess he kind of gave them a water down of Alex Ferguson's treatment, and they're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
I hope he still gives them the Jaffa cake at halftime. That I heard. But, I hope he's still giving them the orange chocolate. Or sweeten them up a bit. Imagine. Yeah, but honestly, yeah. Man management, I've noticed the change in everyone. Everyone's smiling, everyone's cool. Now, not everyone's sulking or I ain't playing. I'm not gonna play my full potential because I don't like this manager. Everyone looks like they like him and they understand where he's coming from. So I'm good, okay with that. All we need to see is time to see if these guys are gonna pull it again or they're actually gonna pull their weight and say, yeah, time to set pace and get our ways back on track.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Sean, I don't know if you answered the question about Sancho. Is he the guy for you? And if not, who is the right guy for the right wing? In your
Messi.
opinion?
You know what? I wish, but Man City look like they have more source than us to get him.
So as far as I know, Man City are offering Barcelona £700 million. And they are offering Messi equity in the club for him to come over. We cannot do that.
Mate, what you have
They
to
have
do,
no
man,
fans. Why not?
rename Old Trafford Messi Trafford. Yeah.
Oh God.
We can't beat that though.
No one can beat that. Only PSG,
700
maybe, and probably
700
not after getting Neymar and Mbappe. Messi's deal is insane. He's making £1 million a week. His release clause is 700 million. And even though he's forcing a move, he cannot go for free because he's got years left in his contract, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's re-signed one a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But that is mad though. Man, that is release clause.
Yeah, he's got a crazy release clause because of Barcelona were like, who's gonna buy Messi? Messi's not gonna leave, he's gonna retire here.
Oh man.
Mate, that's
How much did Ronaldo go to Juve?
not much.
In comparison to 700, not much.
Yeah,
but
man.
it was about
Because that's a madness.
I don't even think it was 100. No, I thought it was around like the 70 mark again.
Yeah, I swear he didn't go for that much. Because he just went to get out of Real Madrid at that time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Messi, man. Ooh.
100 mil euros.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 100 mil.
Messi
So
has
that's
to.
about 90.
Yeah.
So
Messi has to win Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, the Football League Cup. I don't know. He needs to win all those trophies for that to be worth that much money, man. I'm sorry. He needs to win every single trophy without fail.
So in GBP, that's about 90 million.
I know, like you can't
So
be paying that much.
It's still a lot of money Ronaldo went for. But yeah, 700 million for how old is Messi? Like 33?
He's a fan. You see what I mean? He's not
no,
even.
Oh yeah, because he's younger than Ronaldo. That's right.
Ronaldo's 35, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even.
700 million for a 33-year-old, even for Messi. I don't know, man.
Because
I would not be happy if we did 700 million for Messi personally.
And he gets injured first game. Come on, man.
The thing is,
You know he's gonna get hacked.
And you remember English league ain't gonna give him the softness that Spanish league gave him. No, he's going to get terminated in this league.
Messi will take guys out back when the match is over. That's not happening in England.
He's
lucky he's not going up against Stoke on a Tuesday night.
Trust me, man.
On a rainy Tuesday night.
Yeah, man. Yo, those Everton boys centre backs ain't gonna just let him go do his thing, bro. He's not gonna body him and
That's it.
like Messi's gonna be dropping like Neymar, man. By the time.
Like, imagine we still had Smalling. Yeah, Smalling is on that grudge. Yeah, he handled Messi the first match. Messi handled him. Smalling wanted that revenge.
Okay, let me ask you guys: Are we agreeing that Smalling should have gone, or should he have come back after that Roma season?
No, I think
and claim back his spot.
I think he should stay away. Like, we have enough money to get someone better than him now.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I agree. I think he should go. He's better than Phil Jones, but the two of them just remind me of the Truckle brothers, and we can't win the title. Like Ant and Dec, but they accidentally became footballers. That's my honest opinion. We don't need Smalling. We don't need Sanchez. We don't need Lukaku. I think we're better without any of those players.
We don't need Fellaini, Mata,
Nope.
Matic,
Nope.
Lingard, Pereira.
No. I need Lingard just to do the Arsenal meme.
Smalling.
Can you imagine how much money we'd get if we actually moved all of these men out?
I told you, we'll have enough to bag.
We could buy Messi.
Honestly, I know this. I know this is a bit off top. I know this is a bit
not even close. I think we get like 250 somewhere around that.
You're getting a already sorted crisps.
Yeah.
You're getting a packet of cheese and onion crisps.
Yeah.
Bro, you're getting a packet of salt and vinegar crisps. We're not getting 700 million, bro.
I know.
Realistically, you'd get somewhere around like the 200 to 300 mil mark.
Yeah, man.
You would get like all of those like 11 players.
Yeah, man.
All the good guys, yeah.
I just think Ollie's scared that his player is gonna get really injured and he has no one left to play. I just feel like that's why he's gonna keep all of these guys.
But that's why you buy players.
I know
That's why you need to thicken the bloody squad.
I know, but he's gonna work with what he has in it. He needs to get rid of Phil Jones. I don't know why this guy. It's like Young when Young survived all them seasons, man.
At least he's playing for us. This guy's like the invisible man.
I know. And every time he comes on, he makes a facial expression that gets caught on camera. It's like a cameraman's waiting for Phil Jones to come on, like, yeah, gee, smart meme.
Every time transfer season comes, this man is injured. I'm sure he's breaking his own leg so he can keep earning 6 figures a week.
Yeah.
This guy's on.
Hey, honestly, like you see that right wing, yeah. I honestly think if we have the money, we might as well just we might as well just get Gareth Bale, man.
No.
You know what? I'm sorry. He's sitting on Real Madrid's bench here, and
you're talking about me.
I'm sorry.
You're talking about me, minute. Calm down.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. All right, come on, be real though. Gareth Bale is still a solid player.
So Gareth Bale that scored the goal that beat Liverpool. Cool. Yeah. He was still getting enough game time. He was still fit. My man's playing golf every week.
Yeah, because
he ain't even on the bench. He's there playing golf. He's now a professional golfer.
Hey, come on. Real Madrid is doing Gareth Bale bad, man. For the money they spend on him.
That is not our problem.
That is
not our problem. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not spending 100 million.
Let me say something.
Is this man Tiger Woods?
Hey, I'll ask you. If he tears it up with Wales, these couple matches, I'll see if he's still fit because he's been chatting stuff on the interviews like I've been staying fit over the whole transition, man.
Because he must be 30 as well now, isn't it?
He's very close to 30 if he's not already.
He must be, but I'm just feeling like they're doing him bad. I wouldn't mind. Just that's a decent 50.
31. It's 31.
He's 31.
I'm not paying that for 31-year-old who has had no game time in 2 years.
If he was free, would you grab him?
Oh, if he's free, yeah, cool. Why not?
Alright, cool. Alright, cool.
If you're getting that man for free, then like every team's after that man. That's suddenly a bit more.
True.
Not
You agree
even.
with Sancho though, sure, bro? You
Not
agree with
even. Oh, sorry.
Huh?
What do you say, Tyrone?
Oh no, I'm saying sure. Do you agree with Sancho being the right man? Or do you
I
want?
said get Messi, man.
But
If you're going to be spending that money, get Messi.
I said
Alright,
you're gonna be
if
spending
Messi-
100 on
hey,
Sancho.
Messi's not on the table. Who else, man? Who else would you really want except for Sancho?
Okay. All right. So, like
I want Messi.
realistically, like the only players that I'd want would never get him. Salah, I'd like, ain't never getting him. Mbappe ain't never getting him.
Never getting us back.
Like
No way.
there aren't enough good wingers outside of Sancho, which is why
He's the only option.
like that's why they're being able to charge so much for him. It's not even that he's like obviously they're bumping up the price because he's English.
I know, but he's the only
But-
winger willing to leave, man.
He's the only one willing to leave, and he's the only one that's actually at a decent level that you can't pick up for like 20 mil.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like you literally go from like 10, 20, maybe 30 mil to Sancho, Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. Like there's no in between anymore.
Yeah,
You're either trash or you're the best.
Yeah, I had that. It's true.
I wouldn't take Bale for free because that guy is starting to age. His hair's starting to go grey.
If he's free, man, like imagine you
I-
replace Matter.
If
Yeah,
he's
get Bale.
If he's free, he's demanding more money for his wages. So that's a no from me.
Mate,
See what
he's
happened
getting all
with-
that money from golf.
You see what he should transition. He can do golf full time. Be a pro golfer. I think the time to sign Bale has passed. I wouldn't have him. He doesn't give us enough, and he's old.
Cool.
I think it is Sancho for the right wing because everyone else is, as you said, Sean, overpriced or not good enough.
I'm not good enough. I don't want to leave their club.
Yeah, they're too well. Yeah,
So,
I think.
all right. Start of the season. What's your team? The starting 11
What's that in 11?
of this. Yeah, because
Do we have a set formation?
Huh?
Do we have a set formation?
Oh, but what's Ollie's favorite position? Because sometimes I
He does like the 4-3-3.
Alright, if he does the 4-3-3, alright, cool. Yeah, just a quick one. Don't use the fake about. Just give me
All right.
hot
Everyone
fire
gets
one. Because right now it might change. We might grab another two players out of nowhere. Just give it to me.
Should we all do the set like one after the other, like positions?
Cool,
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, cool. Henderson.
100% agree. I was going to say Romero for the band, but Henderson.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I feel like Henderson's coming after De Gea, bro. Like hard after what he's doing. I feel like he's actually passionate about taking that spot from him. You know, he's been here for a while. He's looking for that position. But De Gea can run off the Real Madrid, man. He can suffer with them now.
They have no money.
I know, man. Honestly, I don't know how. Hey, don't hurt me. Yeah, how Hazard was the best player in the Premier League when he was here, but when he went Real Madrid, I don't hear him no more. I don't hear him.
Did he get injured like real early on?
No, I swear he just.
Or was he just dipped?
I think he's not scored at all.
Yeah,
I think he's been injured.
Peak. Right. So, Andy, your goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper, you know what? Yeah, this is the toughest position for me because I really respect De Gea a lot. He did remarkable in that season, the one where we ended 20 points behind City. But last season, he caused too many mistakes for it to be an accident. I don't know where he did that, but I think he's got to go because Henderson has signed a 5-year deal. He is he's on 6 figures a week. I can't remember what his actual salary is. So he's expecting to start. And I think you got to give it Hendo. You can't wait another season.
All right. Right back. I think there's only one choice.
There's a few, but I mean, there's only one real choice.
It's a lot, isn't it? No. Okay, so it has to be Bissaka. Has to be.
Wan-Bissaka for me. Before lockdown, my player of the year. After lockdown, maybe shit. But I got faith in him this new season.
Ty, do you agree, Wan-Bissaka?
Of course, he's the only one.
Okay, cool.
There's no one else you can say, really, truly.
I mean, technically, there's the low and Fosu Mensah, but
yeah, but come on,
Brendan
none of them
Williams.
has been banging like Saka this season. Oh, he's the only one, really and
Right.
truly.
Centre back pairs.
Because
We're
Harry
doing
Maguire.
players. We're doing players we currently have, right? Not
Yeah.
players we're assuming to get. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. So I would go for Phil Jones and Lindelof.
Are you serious?
I mean, Maguire's in prison, and Bailey will be off the pitch in 2 minutes and get subbed for Jones anyway. So you might as well cut out the middleman. Let's be real.
Phil Jones is injured. You're gonna have him defending in crutches.
Oh, he's injured as well. Okay, so
He's all right.
Lindelof there by himself. Lindelof and a brick. Yeah. It can trip someone over.
You know what? Lindelof and the brick is probably more useful than Lindelof and Maguire at this point.
Well, Maguire's in prison. He ain't doing nothing. Come on.
Van der Beek's on it, man. He's gonna free my dog. It's good. It's all good.
Hey.
No. Real choice, Lindelof and Bailey, because I just don't rate Maguire. But Bailey, he needs to go.
He's a liability.
His antics.
Tyrone.
You know what? Probably the same as Sean, but somehow I feel like Harry may somehow start, even though he caused this ruckus. You know, some footballers can't take punishment, so
yeah,
maybe. But that's I'll agree what you said, Sean. Bailey and Lindelof, because those two are kind of like kids as well, man. Like Harry Maguire was the only one keeping Lindelof a bit in his gears, but he's a bad boy now. So yeah, that's the two standards.
It's annoying for me because I really like Bailly, but I think he's a liability to himself and the team. And like there's only so much you can give a player before it's like, come on, man. For me, last season was last chance saloon with Martial and Rashford. If they didn't get 20 goals each or comps, I was done with them. And they showed me up. They told me they're ready to start to play all season. Yeah. Last season was the last season for me as well for him. And every time he got an opportunity, he either injured himself, caused a mistake, or it was against some farmers in the Europa League. So I think if Oli doesn't sign a new centre back, it's going to be Maguire and Lindelof. If he does sign a new centre back, it will be the new centre back and Lindelof. But I think Maguire is too good to be benched, which is a shame. But I think he gets the captaincy stripped from him.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He needs to.
He's definitely gonna get
left back. I'd say sure. Williams just isn't experienced enough yet to hold that position.
Yeah. Again, if Oli doesn't sign a left back, I don't see him signing a left back, but you never know. But if Luke Shaw is fit, then Luke Shaw will start. If not, it's got to be Williams because he's the only real left back in the club who is of age, I guess. But I agree with you. I don't think Williams is ready to start week in, week out as our left back, considering he's right-footed. Tyrone? Left back.
Left back. Oh, yeah, it's gonna have to be sure. I just wish he had more fire in him, man.
It's a shame because I think obviously we signed him and he showed a lot of promise.
I just think he needs to, because I like him when he gets confident and how he got attacked forward and he has actually good attacking and sometimes he actually has the right mind to take a shot at right times. But then honestly, I just feel like he needs to build up. But every time he builds up and he gets a bit comfortable, some injury comes and hits him. And it's like, you have to repeat the whole building process. But him, yes, I agree with him. He just needs to have a solid playing time where he's not hurt or anything. And he's just basically, the only reason he doesn't play because he's tired. And I think we should be good for left back. Because he is good defensively and stuff. And he can bomb forward as well, attack. And he has good crosses and knows what to do.
He's definitely very good at like cutting in and even crossing.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of say I don't mind Saka not like attacking because I rely on Shaw more to do that, like just cross. Saka should be able to do better low balls where he could like drill it in straight to someone and someone just taps it in, done. But Shaw's my man when it comes to proper crossing in and looking for someone, or he can cut in and take a shot, because I know he's capable of doing it.
All right. Midfield.
So we just naming our 3-man midfield, or
3-man midfield.
I'll go first. It's gonna be Pogba, Matic, Fernandez. If we don't sign the CDM, because we were looking for one, because Ollie spoke to Jude Bellingham from Birmingham. He really wanted him. He's like 16, and he's like the quintessential CDM for what I've heard. I don't really watch Birmingham, but he chose Dortmund over us, which is a bit upsetting. But yeah. But I think
that one hurt. That one did hurt me though. I won't lie when he said, "Oh, he picked Dortmund." But then again, I feel like he just wants to go Dortmund and build himself up. Don't worry, he'll
and
be
then
back
come
soon.
back for more money. Yeah. So I think we might still be in the market for a CDM, but as it stands, it's got to be Matic because he works best with Pogba, and that's the perfect balance. Pogba does the box to box and the offensive. He likes to do that Hollywood diagonal ball to whoever's in the right wing, and Matic knows how to marshal and hold the hands of the centre backs. So it's those three for me.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I agree with that. Even though I do like Fred, actually.
You know what?
We had a very.
I don't want him to start, but I would like him to stay until we get better because when he needs to come on recently, he's been doing his part. Like before, he was a bit rocky, but him and Tomini, when they're needed, they do their part. So I don't mind them staying on the bench for now and stuff. But if we get someone better, I don't mind them leaving. But Scott still has a little bit more time. He's young, how old is he?
I think
he's older than Rashford.
He's older than Rashford?
No way.
I swear.
McTominay is 23.
Yeah, I was close. I said 22.
Alright, cool. But he's still young. Still feel like he can, he may become a character sooner or later. I hope not, but,
I don't see that, but
I don't see it, but I can hope in June sometimes. But yeah.
You made a good point there. I like Fred. My issue with him is he takes too long to get good. He needs a run of games, and we can't afford that. Like where we're trying to be, we can't afford a midfielder that takes 5 or 6 games to be competent.
Yeah,
we don't have the time. In my opinion.
All right. Front three from left to right.
He's going first this time.
I'll take it.
You take it, sure.
Yeah.
Go on.
Rashford on the left.
Yeah.
Martial up front. Greenwood on the right.
Cool.
Sancho ain't been confirmed. Ain't ever going to be confirmed.
Honestly, I'm telling you now, it's probably going to be done, but last 2 days. It's going to happen. You know what really would annoy me, though? If we go out and sign 2 more players before Sancho confirmed. Right now. After this, the conversation we're having now, we get 2 more players. I don't care if they're cheap or under the radar. If we manage to sign more, I just feel like they're playing games now with this whole.
There are talks with a couple other players. It's just
yeah. I'm just saying,
it's been going on for months with Sancho. I'm like, well, let's give it 6 months and see if they're actually sharp on like that.
Yeah. Honestly, as I said, if we sign more players before the Sancho one, the Sancho deal is a joke. They're just playing around. They're just waiting. They actually want to pay them that money, but they just be like, we're gonna see if they're gonna budge. If they don't budge, take it, man. They already have the money sorted out, checked, everything in their little bank, sending it off to them. It's midway. It's in the sea waiting outside Germany's port. Giving it to them too.
So does anyone have a different front three to me then?
No, that's the best front three. Yeah, that's the best possible front three right there.
Yeah.
And if we get Sancho, it makes it better. But I'm just saying, right now, if we get Sancho, we still don't have that Poucher level of attacker in our front three. But we can work with what we have. Greenwood with that 2 dangerous foots of his. It's just making English Premier League defenders and stuff just waffle, man. They don't know which foot to get him on. because just tearing it up. But that's the best front three we actually have.
Mm.
Yeah,
That we
I
could
agree with that.
possibly.
Yeah, I think out of everyone we've got, that's the front three we need to go with. That's the Premier
Mhm.
three.
Yeah,
Rashford on the left, Greenwood on the
mhm.
right. You cannot deny Greenwood game time.
Yeah,
Like
I
we've
know.
given a lot of new people game time, and they've been a bit shaky, or people have disappointed us. But Greenwood has hit the mark. Like
Yeah,
he's hit Rooney levels at 18. So
yeah.
So, I have a question for you guys. If we did get Sancho, would you
Yeah.
stick with 4-3-3 and play Sancho over Greenwood, or would you drop it to a 4-4-2, have Greenwood up front with Martial, and have Rashford and Sancho on the wings?
Mm,
I am sticking with a 4-3-3.
yeah, I think if Sancho was supposed to come, he could. Yeah, it's kind of mad because if he comes, it's like you have to pick out of one of them who ain't gonna play,
Mm,
and they all
But
all
yeah,
four of them are dangerous unless he does do what you say, Sean, and play Greenwood and Martial up front, then put Rashford and yeah, that's the only way I could see that one working. But then we'll lose a midfielder,
the
so it'll
thing
be
is,
Pogba and Fernandes. So I don't know
mm,
if
see, like,
Pogba is willing to take the L
yeah,
and be like solid defending box to box with Matic or because Bruno is basically our playmaker for now.
mm,
Like we don't know if we'll get anyone better than him right now. So
yeah,
it's kind of like we basically have to pick. Does Greenwood just rest now and again because he's still young and they don't want to overwork him yet?
mm,
They just want to slowly build him because Sancho's already there, Rashford and stuff's already there. They're basically already ready. So we're basically just wondering: do we speed up Greenwood's development and we run him out, or we take our time and be like, you know what, we play him every 2 games, or bring him on half time all the time, make
mm,
him get a little feel of each half, or keep him there, and once someone gets injured, that's when you use him up.
yeah,
But I kind of want Greenwood to be on like first, just to give him a bit more confidence of yeah, I'm here now. I need to hold it now. We can
mm,
keep it like yes, he can because he still has to compete with Rashford and Martial and Sancho if they come, because he would have to like do better than them to get there. So it's up to him really.
yeah. I think you got to keep it 4-3-3 because like it or not, I think that's the standard formation in football now. I think it's no longer the 4-4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think having the three forwards gives us an extra option off the bench, and it's not, as I said, Igala or James. Like if we start off with Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood, Sancho can be in the bench, and he comes on for anyone who's not pulling their weight or anyone who's injured or gets suspended. Alternatively, you can have Rashford, Martial, Sancho, and then Greenwood is waiting in the wings. But I do think that Greenwood should be starting, like Tyrone said, because what he's done, you can't deny he's talented. I would argue that Greenwood has more talent than Rashford,
mm,
and
Mm-hmm.
he should be starting over him. And I would say you'd have Sancho, Martial, Greenwood. Greenwood could play either wing because he's double footed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether it's left or right. Um, but I think getting more good players can only be a good thing because now it's like, okay, one of you good players has to be on the bench. And it's not like, okay, all my good players are on there and we're drawing with Sevilla. I need to get
Yeah,
someone on. Okay, go on, Mata. No, it's go on Greenwood or go on
yeah,
Rashford
or Van de Beek.
or Van der Beek. Yeah,
yeah. That's what I mean. Like we right now, it comes to a point where if our attackers are tired, we only have midfielders to back it up.
exactly.
That's the thing that's so I don't know if he's keeping midfielders like Jesse Lingard. I don't know why, but because he's not really attacking like boom boom attacking. But I guess that's why he's keeping his midfielders because honestly, he has nothing to rely on. If what if God forbids Martial and Rashford get injured at the same time?
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
He
And
won't
play
have no one
Lingard
else
and Lingard up
except
front. is
for
what's happening.
N'Golo and Greenwood to back him. That's what I mean. It's like, as I said, the back and the front areas, it should be where we should be buying players now. Because if that happens, I don't know what we could do. Honestly, not even one of them being injured would be like, okay,
We
if we get
struggle.
Sancho, it'll be okay. But we're scared now. We're like, what about one of these rough ass, what you call them, Bournemouth defenders, just go rip, destroy the guy, like, just take him out. A
I
month
mean,
injured. We have
we
no one to
saw
back
it
him.
last. We saw it last season. Like there were
Yeah.
times where Martial was injured and Rashford looked like a lost child. There were times
Mhm.
where Rashford was injured and Martial couldn't score. These two have a great partnership, and they both knew each other to like get the best out of each other.
Yeah.
They've been competing with each other with trying to get the best, goal tally. I think Martial won by 1 goal, so I
Yeah.
think they do need each other. Remarkably, they've been fit for a lot of their career. Rashford's come off a horrible injury to the back, and he
Uh-huh.
might
Yeah.
have come back a bit too early,
Yeah.
and he hasn't been scoring much since lockdown, since the season resumed, I should say.
Mhm.
And I think this is a good time to actually rest him. So if we do get Sancho, Sancho can play left wing as well.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
not-
I just think Rashford's gonna get. So Rashford's injured now, right now, right?
I think he's injured now. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
So it's like,
Well, he's got 2 weeks to fix himself up.
man,
2 weeks.
nah, man. Honestly, I think he does. Yes, I agree with. He does need a rest. He does need to rest a bit now and work his way back up because that back injury looked a bit like I felt it, man, when he went down. I was like, ooh,
It's not a common injury with footballers, in my opinion. They do
yeah,
injure the ankles, the knees,
yeah,
obviously
but the
because
back,
they use their legs all the time. But to,
but the
to
back,
hear a footballer injure their back, I think the last time I heard of that was in not the 2018 World Cup, the 2014 World Cup, where someone back kicked Neymar and they missed a point that would have been fatal. So
yeah,
back injuries are
What a
very.
shame.
yeah.
Come on,
Remember?
Stuart.
No.
No.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That injury cost Brazil, man. I swear. After that, Brazil got the darkest tally up by Germany, man. It was like, yeah, about that. You know, I swear, was it Brazil that World Cup too? That's what hurt, man. Imagine getting that destroyed that much in your own country, man.
Yeah, I know. Wait,
Oh, yeah.
2014 wasn't Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a controversial one.
I was like, ooh, I kind of felt that one. And you know, all the memes of Neymar crying when you leave your boys for one game. Yeah, man. But yeah, honestly, yeah, I just agree. Like Rashford needs a bit of a rest because of that back. I don't know why he was ready to go play for England and thing, but yeah, but
It's because he's a young footballer, and a
yeah,
lot of these guys are just willing to play themselves into the ground because
yeah,
there's many reasons. There's clout, there's money, there's professional
everything.
pride, personal pride. Unless a footballer physically cannot walk, they are going to want to play every game,
Yeah,
and
I understand.
it's to their detriment. This is where I think Sean has a point where Ollie does need to have a bit more of a backbone and say to Rashford, "No, you're not playing,"
I
because
know what you mean.
you've been injured for how many weeks?
Yeah,
You're not doing a whole 90.
I understand why some of it's like there's so many because you know when you guys said yeah the times are different, right? I understand because you know the whole like these guys probably have like sponsorships from like all over saying oh you can sign it and once they don't do good the sponsorship slowly be like yeah we kind of don't want you anymore, you're not that popular.
Mm.
I understand there's so many things driving these guys to play in man then like oh it's more like, back in the days, it was more like, yeah, if you play, you get your little benefits and stuff. But right now, the guys have too much stuff they rely on and, hope on because they have to be good and stuff. Because once you lose your edge on these games, all the things will slowly start going away from you. Innit? So I understand why most of them would be like proper, like trying to. There's more reasons before it. Old footballers never really had that much like they had to play good, yeah, but they never had so much pressure on them, like from other sources and stuff like media and
You say
stuff.
that, like, I feel like the pressure from the the coaching and the managers and things like that was enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, those were enough to get someone motivated. But now it's like coaches don't really have that power to push their players like that before. It's more like if they're willing to do it, they're willing to do it. We still have footballers be like, yeah, I'm dedicated. I'm a club player. I'm going to make sure my club do bits. They're bawling or crying when their club ain't doing it. You know, they're frustrated, they're angry. But you have some ballers be like, well, man can go to another team anyway and do this again. You know, just like,
Yeah.
it brings to repeat. But, you know, some are actually willing to be like, yeah, this is my dream. How many guys you actually hear say, this club is actually the club I wanted? Like,
Well, if you look at like VVD,
yeah.
when he was it Southampton?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, putting out tweets about like, oh, come on, beat Liverpool. Liverpool are trash. Blah 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 blah. Rocks up Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who's the is it the right or left, the Irishman that just went from Wolves to Tottenham?
Uh-huh.
Again, or whatever team he just went to, cussing out the team that he just went to. I'm sure it's Tottenham. And yeah, he just rocks up there. It's like,
Yeah.
I've always wanted. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
you're saying it for publicity. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
like-
a few months ago or a couple of years ago, you're literally rinsing this team that you're now playing for. Yeah, make sure you delete them tweets.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, honestly, like we don't actually have the old. You could say the old footballers were more passionate of their club than like anything.
Yeah.
Because now, like what back then, guys wouldn't leave a club. They'll be like, "No, I'm in getting to that club. Never." Like Ferdinand, I'll never wear a Tottenham. What shirt did he say he would never wear? Even they is like, "Oh, but come on, like, no, I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing it." You know, but these guys were different. Yeah, I know they were a bit more like tough, but honestly, them guys were like, once they set their mind to their club and their passion, they focus on that in it. If they have to move, they have to move in it. Same way how Ronaldo don't want to cost Man United even though he scored bare goals.
No, I've always liked that. Like,
yeah, no, like imagine till now, my man never like he tries to he doesn't celebrate, but it ain't over the top. Ain't no disrespect, ain't nothing.
Because I remember like the first couple of years, like he just walked away, and all his team was celebrating whatever, and he's like shoving them off and everything. He's like, no, can't be doing that here. Like you don't get players like with that kind of mentality.
Yeah, you don't have those loyal players. There's some the loyal players are not leaving their clubs right now, but you don't actually have those hard guys be like, you know what, this was my club. I want to see it achieve. I'm not gonna give up on it no matter what. I'm gonna work in and out. You know, like I think like most of these guys are in Italy, man, just hiding in their clubs, really and truly, man. These loyal guys.
Yeah, you have to respect that though. Like,
yeah,
if you look at some of the ones like of the greats. Like,
yeah.
Well, no, I'm not Buffon because he did a couple of years elsewhere, but like Chiellini and all them, like Pirlo,
never left their club. They sign and work for them. They train when they were young, and they probably died there working them or supporting them. That's the loyalty I want. Like these guys never budge once. When he had to leave was because they were old. And they come back and they do something else for the club, either development. You see now, Pirlo come back to manage Juve, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Lampard coming back to Chelsea, even though he kind of fast tracked himself to Chelsea. But I'll give him. He's doing his part, but not. I just wish we had more those players that were willing to though fight and not give up type of mentality and be loyal to our club. But now we just have money ballers, man. Oh, this don't add up. I don't want to go. I'm not gonna get. It's like, yeah, most of them be like, oh, I want playing time, but it looks like you don't want playing time because once you have the playing time, you don't know either you don't know what to do with it or you want to waste it. It's like, you know, I need guys that will go down, get up, rub it off, let's go, another run. You know.
Yeah.
So
as you say, the game has changed. You know, so have the players. It's definitely more of a vocation or a job because, like, you know, people like Van Dijk cussing the team that they're now playing for. It speaks to the humility of Liverpool to not like turn their nose up at a player like that because he cussed him out, and it speaks to Van Dijk's ego to go to a team that he doesn't even like, and now he's showed the rest of his peak days there.
Yeah. So that, as I said, players can, but then again, media people like to say stuff on media to boast and get some attention and stuff. But that's how people in social media times now, man.
Yeah.
That's how we just you want to get a little bit of attention, you do something reckless and hope the world doesn't hate you for it. But if they do hate you, but you still use that hate because there's always gonna be fans that always loves you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So well, them ones like you just either take advantage of it, man. You get a little clout, you carry on that clout, and you carry on with it. But that's how the world is today.
How many players we're going to sign in this transfer window? What players or what positions, if you don't know what players? So let's start with Sean. What players do you think we're going to sign by the deadline, which I think is mid-October?
Honestly, I would have said none, but the Van de Beek sign just came out of nowhere.
It was like
So there's potential that there's been some underground dealings been going on that no one knows about. That's just going to pop out of nowhere and be like, oh yeah, we've signed like 2 more players. I 100% don't see us signing the 3 players that are currently in light. So I'm going to say we sign 1 more player. No idea who it could or will be.
About Tyrone. What players do you think we'll sign? So I just checked. The transfer window closes on the 5th of October in terms of the international window, and Premier League clubs can still trade with EFL clubs up till the 16th
of October. Okay.
Of October.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, all right, I would my prediction because we look like they're doing some underground signings, right? I feel like maybe we may not get Sancho. I'm like I've come to terms that it may not be done this season. Like it may lead on to next season business, and it may crumble if we don't get Champions League next season, or we don't, or we get, or it will go because we still have it. Because honestly, right now we have Champions League football, and that's a good thing for us to sign players. So I was kind of gassed when we got Champions League football because I was just like, how did we get it this season? Like I looked up to the sky and went, Jesus.
We tried so hard to throw that away.
What type of blessing is this? Like I was grinning because it's like I thought we were gonna get Europa League this season. We got Champions League this season. What? Yeah, so I would say, all right. I don't know who we will sign, but maybe we will get 1 more attacker. No one expensive. Someone just there, just in case, because I don't feel like we can survive with those attackers and hope for the best that none of them get injured or tired or stuff. So maybe 1 more attacker, and maybe if we're lucky, we get a centre back. 1 more. Someone good, but someone not expensive. So someone in the ranges of like 30 mil, or no one good, but I don't know how defenders sell nowadays. I don't really watch the money. I really think
the Premier League.
in the Premier League, like honestly, if we try to get one of those like those good guys in the lower teams that are like solid, they're not solid, but if they got a bit of more like a chance, then we'd probably be solid. You know how Man City took their chance with Stones
and Aki.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, they took like if we can take a chance with a centre back that can like once he gets the badge, he's like, yeah, you know what? It's time to fix up. None of these low mid-table balls anymore. I got the Manchester United badge on me. It's time to step up my game a bit. So yeah, I hope we get at least 1 in defense and 1 up front, just in case. Just in case, because I honestly scared that we have that, but none of our. I would have not said this if one of our midfielders was actually a good winger. At the moment, we only have central part guys, so that's the only reason why I say 1 more attacker. So 1 more attacker, 1 more defender for me.
Andy?
So I've got to channel my guy. Even if we don't sign him, we're gonna sign him, fam. I'm predicting,
No, I hope we do, but I just feel like it's even
I'm,
gonna last.
I'm predicting we are gonna sign Jadon Sancho. Like I don't know whether Joe Glaze is just gonna have to change his mind or get fired, but I think they are gonna have to do that deal. I hope they don't leave it to the last couple of days because then Dortmund could be like, you know what, add another 30 mil on that because you've been punks, you know. So they could do that, and we would have no choice because what other right wing is there? We could get Zaha, but come on.
I know,
I,
but I
I,
do think Zaha would be a good alternative. That's the only alternative we have, man. He can get back his honor that he tried to get before, but he flopped.
I
He can
think
come back.
I think he's not the first choice, but I think if we can't get Sancho, we go for Zaha. Honestly,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I do think it's all there. Like it's like Bruno Fernandes all over again. No one really wanted him enough to like make a bid. He wanted to come to us. We wanted him. We just dilly
No,
dally to pay.
but yeah, but he saved he saved us. He saved
I
us.
know,
Was
but we could have got more points if we got him in the summer. So
true,
you know,
true. Yeah,
I
that's a
think
fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
I think we're gonna get Sancho. That's my prediction. I think that's the only other player we're getting.
We
But
did get
yeah,
the though.
that has been episode 2 of the reboot of RDA, Red Devil's Advocate. I cannot remember the Instagram for the life of me. This is so bad. I know the Twitter, Red Devil's Advoc. Follow us on Twitter at Red Devil's Advoc.
It's RD Advocate.
Yes, that's it. Follow us on Instagram, RD Advocate. And if you have any personal social media platforms as well you'd like to promote, now's the time.
Nah, I don't. Still, not yet.
All right.
I have an alternative channel called Past the Salt.
Yeah, follow that one.
Yeah, good content, good wholesome stuff.
Good wholesome stuff.
Yeah, man. Funny chat too, man. When you come to the Twitch chat, it's booming, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, make sure to check out Past the Salt on Twitter. I think it's Past the Salt 6.
Is it 6?
Right, so I know the Twitch is 491.
Yeah, I think the Insta is 491 as well.
Yeah, and Past the Salt 6 on Twitter.
Yeah, so Past the Salt 6 on Twitter, Past the Salt 491 on Instagram and Twitch. Make sure you get to following on all of those platforms, and you could follow me on Twitter at Blackamora, Instagram Blackamora_SC, and there's another platform called Streamcast that you can follow for all your gaming goodies and stuff. Twitter and Instagram Streamcast_, YouTube Streamcast, Twitch Streamcast TV. We give you regular podcast streams, gaming content, and the blog posts on the website, thestreamcast.co.uk. So make sure to follow all of that. I'll put that in the description somewhere because I don't know if most of you caught that. But thank you guys for joining me on the Red Round Table, the Red Devil's Advocate. Till next time.
Peace. Bye, guys.
Stay safe.
Bye.